Class. My name is Carlos Alvarado. This is week 4 we're going to be talking about system theories, and this is for MPA 590. Quick overview, we're going to go ahead and talk about the natural system theory, structural functional theory, open system theory, and go ahead with the closing statement. In the natural system theory, Chester Bernard, and he includes he talks about how there is two types of groups in an organization, and there's formal and informal. And he states that the informal is what brings the employees or the workers with their happiness. Like these are like groups like friends and co-workers that socialize and kind of makes the work what employees kind of feel like a connection between them. And then the formal is where that's what leads the, the work to be done. And this is on from a top to bottom management. And he says that the formal is where it's still organized, but it's more of a cooperative and it's to get the job done. But the informal is more of a for the needs of the employee. In the journal article by Robin Lemire and Keith Provon, they try to see if employees and work and management, if they have the same similar goals and ideas, and if they get along, if they are able to get the job done better, and if there's a better working environment. And so they found that if the employees are the same with the around each other, have the same ideas, they are more likely to be more productive, and they are more likely to be more motivated to get the job done, and they are more likely to follow what management has to say to them because they are all like-minded and they're all trying to get to the same goal. The natural system theory would benefit the task force because um, if you have the same goal-minded people in your task force, you're gonna get the job done, accomplished better, because the people want to be there and not you're gonna fight less resistance. Also, people that are have the same ideas, concepts of the task force will be able to collaborate with each other and get better results out of everything. Structural functional theory is uh, what I found is that Robert Merchant started looking into Weber's theories and started questioning of why some things are not just going to be functional straight up, going straight with Weber's theories. And he comes up with some ideas of why not everything's going to be working, because Weber's doesn't go look into changes. So Merton states that eventually things will change and you need to adjust your plans. So plan A or plan B once produced the best outcome, but now plan C is the best option. So there is some times where the you have to stick to the rules, but in reality, Plan C is the best plan, and yet they are not going with it. Merton looks into adjusting to change with the times and being able to adapt to new changes and rules. The journal article by Barry Bozeman and Hal Rainey looks into used Robert Merton's theories on trying to see if either the public sector managers or private sector managers were more bound to want more rules. And so, based on their study, they found that um, public sector managers are more likely to not want that many rules, and so they're more trying to. They would thought that they would be public sector managers would be more rule oriented, but they're found out to be less rule oriented, and the private sector to be more rule oriented, and so They didn't see that public sector work management was uh, going more towards the being able to adapt and change with the flexibility of role changes. Structural functional theory with the task force, it's a great idea because um, it's in the early stages. It will be great because they might come up with a plan in the beginning, and plan A and plan B are what the outcome wants to be predicted, but maybe plan C is what's of the be going to be the best plan, and so they need to be able to adjust and go with the changes till, and then maybe down the line they can change to a more linear and no options. But for the beginning time frame, structural function for the task force would be a great idea. And with open systems theory, yeah, one thing about this is that it kind of has flexibility of based on different situations. And one thing that was brought into by Norbert Weiner is that he introduced cybernetics into his study, and which in fact is like feedback. So he was able to get information and to help the organization be able to improve on themselves. Katz and Kahn on the open system theory, they were saying that bureaucracies don't just function internally and they're not a closed system. It's more of an uh, open system that also depends on the environment. And so Katz and Kahn, they try to say that it's not just a small circle, it could be everything that's around it that could affect of the situation, and they should be able to adjust to the environment. Joan Woodward talks about how technology and structure of an organization um, with the open system, being able to adjust to different situations of technology, the more they are able to adapt with the technology, then the more the business will be successful or the public agency. So the journal article by Barry et al. They look into performance appraisal analysis of employees, and performer appraisals is just basically a feedback of how the workers are doing, and they found that they are very effective on getting the most out of their workers. So they do state that feedback is very important, and it, it motivates and tells the person what they are doing good and they're doing bad in order to uh, get the best out of the workers and get better results. The open system theory could be used also within the task force because having feedback on your workers on how they're doing and how the job's getting done, and also getting feedback on how the task force is doing and how the the results that they're doing, that would help see how the performance and evaluating the results of the task force is coming out. Thank you again for watching my video, and just know that we are more than halfway done with this class, and good luck and see you again next time.